Hi, I'm Sarah from Soulbird Consulting, and I'm here to talk to you today about trauma, how it affects the brain and body, and how we can join people on their healing journey. One of the most foundational things for me when I got into this field was to understand the ACE study. In 1990, there was an obesity clinic that was being run in California. All the participants were losing weight and learning ways to be healthier with their food and exercise choices, but there was a small amount of the population who was gaining the weight back pretty much immediately. And that had the physicians and the researchers kind of perplexed. So what they did was they looked at the childhood histories of this certain amount of the population, and they found that these folks who were not able to keep the weight off had some of these 10 things in common. They had experienced physical, sexual, or emotional abuse, physical or emotional neglect. They'd grown up in the home with someone who had a substance abuse issue, someone who had a mental health diagnosis and wasn't getting the proper care. They'd also grown up with someone who had gone to prison, a primary caregiver who was out of the house, and they had witnessed domestic violence to a mother or stepmother. Once they realized this, they actually dubbed these 10 factors adverse childhood experiences, because these experiences in childhood, they found out, had a direct adverse health outcome in adulthood. People with higher amounts of ACEs and lower amounts of resilience, the things that help you bounce back from trauma, had higher rates of diabetes, cancer, emphysema, COPD, and a host of other things. All of this information was really interesting because it helps us look at the root of the problem. What happened to you, not what's wrong with you. Dr. Nadine Burke has a TED Talk that I would recommend because she talks about this study, and what she says next is really important. She says that action requires physicians or caregivers, people who are providing support, to change our behavior, to change the way that we interact and support people, and not just looking at someone to fix and change. So what we're going to be talking about for the rest of these videos is ways that we can shift and change the way we work with folks so we can help them continue on their healing journey.